Alright, my favourite open world locations in Final Fantasy XIV nailed down to only 5 choices. Jesus, this video idea is honestly a really bad one, in a game where literally everywhere makes you feel something different and you connect with something differently every time, and none of them ever in a negative way. It seems weird to only pick 5, but realistically, it is possible to narrow it down after some thought and consideration. It goes without saying then that this is my arbitrary list of 5 places that I personally love in the game. Yours will very likely be different, and I encourage people to make their own videos and comments below on the stuff that they love most of all. So, in a direct order then, 5 being pretty much like a nice place to be, and number 1 being my favourite. Here we go. Number 5 for me has to be Querthus or Querthus Central Highlands, depending on how you pronounce that. It's pronounced both ways in the storyline. Where can I even begin? This place has memories for me like you just wouldn't believe. In the first weeks of A Realm Reborn and me finally hitting level 50 for the first time, this place was purely magical. From when we first discovered that the mighty behemoth was a world boss fate that could really spawn here, with blizzards coming across the entire snowy plains and dying profusely to basic mechanics simply due to sheer lag from the player base simply nuking it and the boss phasing in and out of attack range so you couldn't see what was even being cast, to the incredible amounts of pain that the A Relic Reborn quest inflicted upon you trying to find the correct annoying Birdman thing from the Beast Tribe for the damned book stages over in Natalan to the east, and getting profusely lost in the process. The incredible blizzards that sweep across the great sheets of ice and snow, seeing your character's breath for the first time and realizing that you are incredibly underdressed for the occasion of something like minus 50 degrees centigrade conditions, to the incredible storyline present here where you first meet Americ and his band of badasses who we'd get to spend even more time with in the future Heavensward expansion. This place holds nostalgic memories for me, it's true, but mostly of me lying naked dead on the floor while trying to do Fate bosses. Number 4, the Gold Saucer. Yeah, it had to be on the list really, didn't it? And technically, it's a location, so no monsters will eat your face off here, but that's not to say that it's not full of predators that will. The mini cactpot, for example, the bane of my pure existence, seeing a 2 and a 1 and then expecting to see a 3 in the middle only to see a 9, the endless repeat of low MGP gains only to hear your friend in Discord tell you proudly and promptly that they got 3 cactpots in a row whilst cackling into their microphone and filling you with just hatred. The wonderfully addictive and frustratingly wonderful chocobo racing and breeding minigames that come with that, the chopping wood and mining games upstairs that literally show you how you gathered in 1.0, but most people don't even realize that's actually how you did actually have to mine and gather in 1.0, and it's not just a silly gimmick, but a glimpse of a dark and painful 1.0 past. The incredible triple triad that I totally didn't spend too long collecting cards for and getting a mount from, and all the while pretending I knew how the same rule worked and nodding my head going, haha, I got you, when the cards flipped over in my favour despite not really understanding how that works. The gate events, jumping puzzles, the music, the flashbacks of Final Fantasy VII gondola rides with Barrett. Well, probably not that one. But the memories, this place is amazing and addictive and I love every update for it. But don't you dare add Blitzball to this or...
Blitzball! Hey, you okay?
No, Waka, I am very much not okay. Number 3 then, Kagane. What a city. A trip to the Far East was something that we were all looking forward to in Stormblood. I wish that we had honestly spent more time doing that in Stormblood, rather than being split between Girabania and the East, but that's a complaint I'll save for another time and certainly an opinion. The city of Kagane then, the first time you hear that theme. The incredible opening schematic with the streets and buildings, massive castles in the background, and large walls that remind me of Bleach for some reason, but you can actually play around with and run across in the actual game. Hot spring spas, onsen, and jumping puzzles, massive boats in the distance, the home of commerce and trading, you know, lore-wise between the east and the west of the game's universe, literally nailed in every design element. The royal guard, the amazing holstery, spending hours on the pier waiting for people to do Eureka with. This place was such a good player hub. The only way it could have been made better is if Ralgus Reach had swapped places with where we could have mounted and not. I love mounting in cities, and I've missed it ever since Idleshire, and I was very disappointed with Shadowbringers with the Crystarium. I would have loved to actually have mounted there, or even Yulmore, but it just felt weird without it. So hopefully in Endwalker they changed that. But Ralgus, what's cool, was not as cool as this giant sweeping star of the east. Oh, and whilst we're on the topic of Kagane, screw this lamppost in particular. If you know, then you know. Number 2 then for me was elmeg. Take a fantasy idea and turn it to bloom rating 50 million. This zone is mind-blowingly gorgeous, equal parts insanity and instability. The occupants of elmeg are the crazy pixies and also the dog people, the new Mo, who mess with you, torment you, trick you, laugh at you, and give you really cool rewards like this entire place to hang out. I genuinely feel like Alice in Wonderland on crack in this area. Look at all these flowers. How the heck do they even do this magic? It's insanely cool and pretty, and is a rare thing indeed in this game. When I farm fates to get bicolor gemstones when they add new rewards to them every patch, I farmed them here. When I needed to admire a view and just take a few minutes, most of the time I would go here and look at the lake and sit there watching the flowers sway back and forth. Titania is a fantastic character, and the palace on the rocky outcropping in the center of the lake is just mind-blowing. I genuinely loved every minute of the storyline here, and I think it helped cut through the overtly serious tone of the rest of Shadowbringers with enough silliness and distractions that helped ease the journey, honestly, to more of the more serious notes. I love the hunt ranks here as well, such as O Porus Paldia, secretly a tale of royalty and a missing princess. They even wrote an entire short story about it on the lodestone. There's so much to base whimsical storylines around here, and they delivered it in spadefuls. Some of the names of the NPCs though, dear idling, how would I even say that? And that brings us to my favourite zone then in the game. To nobody's surprise, is the azimstep. I am a massive Final Fantasy X fan, and my favourite place in that game is the Calmlands, so it shouldn't be really surprising that I like massive open areas with flat plains, interesting details and cool storylines. The azimstep then has everything for me: incredible sunsets, places to sit and chill and watch said sunsets and indeed sunrises, the best beast tribe in the entire game, yes, with arguably a better storyline than some of the Stormblood main plot, the coolest variety of characters like Sardu and Magnai, the famous little sun moment with Y'shtola.
I am not interested, little son. Try again when you've become a man.
And Namazu trying to survive just one day at a time against all odds. I know how he feels. The open, untamed plains with feral creatures wanting to eat you for dinner. The tribal nature of the area, the different Aura tribes battling it out in the Nardam for supremacy whilst the world around them is being destroyed by the encroaching Imperial forces, making their squabbles seem meager in comparison. You know, everything about this zone was crafted with love, detail, and attention. I spent absolutely hours here, and I still do, relaxing, visiting NPCs, doing fates, and even recording videos here because the natural light is really nice, and most of the time it's not raining. And being an open area, it offers stunning panoramic views and great scenery for when I fly around on mount previews. As I pan around these minions' mounts and different pieces of glamour, I love it here, and if I could live anywhere in the game, this would probably be it. I love the Phasmoscape, by the way, that they added with the azimstep in the background. absolutely fantastic. But there we go, my 5 choices. Let me know your 5 in the comments below. This is obviously where someone says that their favourite hangout spot will be Aurum Vale, and I know who you are. But anyway, let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Yes, yes.